Welcome to my channel. I am Dr. Virginia Githiri, and I am delighted that you are joining me today. Keep listening to learn how you can adjust your perspective and begin to bring things into focus. What is your perspective? How do you view your own life in general? What is your point of view of the world? It can take a lot to remain positive, especially if you are naturally cynical or consider yourself an extremely logical person. Over these last couple of years, it's been difficult for a lot of people. I dare say most of us, at least one time or another. And so it could be challenging to keep a good or a positive perspective. The Bureau of Labor Statistics claims that 70% of startup businesses will fail within the first 5 years. Some of you immediately thought, now that is why I will never have my own business, because if I only have 5 years to make it a success, why would I waste my time? But why does this have to be your truth? You might discover the next trend and create a globally successful business empire in 1 year. But not if you tell yourself, I will be lucky if my business stays open for 5 years. I certainly cannot expect success anytime before that. Ultimately, perspective is powerful and can impact your outcome. But what is even more important is your perspective on what defines success. So again, let's go back to a business example. Sure, most people who own businesses want to be in the black, meaning they want to be making a profit. But depending upon your perspective, success might also be related to other things like your ability to keep your staff employed, even if that means you are taking a little longer to build enough profit to have a reserve. I encourage you to shift your perspective, but I do not recommend irrational thinking. It's a great thought to think that everything is going to be sunshine and rainbows every day. But we know that that's not realistic. So it is wise to plan for unexpected events or emergencies, but obsessing about the next crisis is not the best strategy. If you want to know what you can do today to improve your perspective, keep watching. The first tip, be grateful. The fact that you can hear, see, or understand this video is a reason to be thankful. Yes, that might seem simple, but having a practice of being grateful every single day is an incredible perspective shifting thing to do. If you do not already journal, pray, and give thanks, or have some practice, some behavior every day that allows you or commands you to express gratitude, I strongly recommend that you begin as soon as possible. Regular practice of gratitude can improve your mood and put you in a place of a more positive perspective. Today is a great day to begin. Write out the things you are grateful for before you go to bed, and go to sleep with a smile on your face. And if you are feeling overwhelmed or frustrated even right now, go ahead, pause the video, and write out your list. I believe you will begin to feel better. The second tip, stop comparing yourself to others. Most people only present to the world the pleasant moments of their lives. Now, there are a few exceptions. Some folks always have a woe is me story, and they generally are seeking attention. So that's a different scenario, but that's another conversation for another day. Let me get back on track. The danger in comparing ourselves to others is that we have no idea how this person got these things or achieved what we think is success. They may be living a secret life of crime. Okay, maybe that's a bit extreme, but seriously, you have no idea how someone acquires something, how long it took them to get where they are, and what it might take them to maintain it, or even if they're really happy or satisfied. So basically, worry about yourself. Sure, your goals might reflect something that you have seen someone else achieve, and your desire is for a similar outcome. That's what people do when they create vision boards. They base it oftentimes off of something that they see in a magazine or a TV show or some other image that they have seen that they'd like to potentially recreate or duplicate. But please do not envy others, because you might slip into a space of, why can't I ever get good things like that? When is it my time? Nothing good will ever come to me. I will never achieve success like this person has success. Really? Who are we trying to impress? My recommendation? Follow your own path. March to your own beat. The third tip, practice giving. When you look outside of your four walls, you realize that other people are also going through difficult circumstances. Now, of course, we've all had personal crushing circumstances, and it is hard to focus on anything else when you're really going through it. I get it. I've been there. But there are so many ways to brighten someone else's life. And one of those ways is by giving back, volunteering, even in times when you feel like you're in a crushing circumstance or in pain. You could consider contributing financially or your time to a local charitable organization. The list of organizations is extensive in most of our communities, from community projects to volunteering in a winter or a warming shelter for people who may be in cycles of homelessness. What I'm saying here is sometimes we need to take the focus off of ours, us, ourselves, our family, our friends, and be a light to someone or someones that we do not know. Tip 4, embrace challenges. Yep, I said it. What I mean specifically is to be okay with failing. Understanding that failure happens sometimes does not mean that you should walk around with a defeated mentality. I'm simply saying that sometimes failures are unavoidable. But failures do not have to define you. Failures do not have to dictate your life or even be a measure of your future success. A gentle reminder, perfection does not exist. However, excellence does. What constitutes excellence is subjective to the person, place, moment in time, or other factor. But if you are unwilling to accept the fact that there might be challenges, you will likely have difficulty with shifting perspective. The trick is to learn from and appreciate the failures and look for opportunities to grow from them. And finally, simplify your life. Let me offer a personal example. I enjoy wearing makeup. Do I feel I need to paint my face to be beautiful? No. But I really like wearing it, so I do. I have noticed, however, over the past several years, that I do not want to do a gazillion steps to have a ready face. For instance, I don't want to have to use primer and foundation and concealer and powder and bronzer and setting spray and on and on and on. For me, every day, that is just way too much. Now, maybe if I'm performing or I'm going to a gala, sure. But I've just come to realize that less is more. I don't need to be extra all the time. That may also be a reality for you. Simplicity is a beautiful thing, and it might also help to provide a shift in your perspective. Things do not always have to take a million steps and be super complicated. Take the path of least resistance when you can. Let's commit together to shift our perspective. There will be challenging seasons, but there will also be times of joy and victory. I encourage you to expect good things every single day. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you follow this channel and subscribe so that you will know when more content becomes available. If you prefer audio-only podcasts, check out the podcast link in the description section for this show. Finally, I would love it if you would share this channel with others. Thanks again, and see you next time.